Hello everyone, this video today educates us on microaggressions. It is created by myself, Hadia, Aaminah, Musfira and Ndeye, who will all speak about the nature and impact of microaggressions, why they occur and the support system for microaggressions. I hope you find this video useful. Although microaggressions can be defined in many ways, the official definition says microaggressions are the everyday, subtle, intentional, often unintentional interactions or behaviours that communicate some sort of bias towards historically marginalised groups. These actions or remarks may seem innocent or complimentary to the person making them, but can have a harmful impact on the recipient, contributing to feelings of exclusion, invalidation, or discrimination. There are three types of microaggressions. Number one is conscious microassaults. These are deliberate and explicit attacks. Number two is unconscious microassaults. These are often subtle. It demeans and belittles the victim through racial slights or comments that seem innocent but are insulting. And number three are micro-invalidations. So these are comments and behaviours that invalidate people's thoughts, feelings or experience. Here is an example of a microaggression. A black student attends a first seminar and meets a group of students. One student asks her if she is here on a spot scholarship. This suggests that black people are naturally athletic. It ignores the painful history of racial stereotyping and the diverse talents and interests of individuals within the black community. This is not only a microaggression, but a stereotype.
We're now going to look at why do microaggressions occur. So microaggressions can occur for a multitude of reasons, but there are four main reasons that we will cover today. The first one is implicit bias. Secondly, lack of awareness. Thirdly, power dynamics. And fourthly, historical and cultural context. So the first one, implicit biases. Implicit biases are unconscious attitudes or stereotypes that affect our understanding, actions, and decisions in an unintentional manner. These biases are formed through cultural conditioning, media representations, and personal experiences, leading people to act in ways that can be prejudicial without them even realizing it. An example of this is, for example, a South Asian employee being told, "You're so articulate." Now, while that might seem like a compliment, it actually implies surprise that an Asian person, can speak very well, reflecting an underlying stereotype about their race. The second reason could be a lack of awareness. Many individuals do not recognize that their words or actions can be hurtful or offensive. This ignorance often stems from limited education on issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, resulting in insensitivity. Additionally, societal norms and values play a crucial role in environments where discriminatory attitudes are normalized or tolerated. Microaggressions are more likely to occur in these situations, and they perpetuate a cycle of prejudice and exclusion. For example, someone telling an Indian colleague, "You must be really good at maths," assuming proficiency based solely on their ethnicity. And this will reinforce that stereotype, and it disregards the individual's unique skills and experiences. Turning to power dynamics also contribute as microaggressions often reflect and reinforce existing societal power imbalances, with individuals in positions of power unconsciously using microaggressions to assert dominance or maintain control. For example, a tutor consistently mispronounces the name of a student from a different ethnic background despite repeated corrections. This behavior minimizes the student's identity and signals a lack of respect or effort to acknowledge their individuality, reinforcing the power imbalance. Moving on to historical and cultural contexts. Historical and cultural contexts influence contemporary behaviors and interactions, as historical discrimination and systematic inequities create a backdrop against which microaggressions can occur. This can tie in with socialization processes, for example, where individuals learn behaviors and attitudes from their families, communities, and society, can reinforce prejudiced views and normalize microaggression behavior. For example, a Jewish individual is casually asked, "So do you celebrate Christmas?" Now, this question actually overlooks the significance of Jewish culture and religious practices, reflecting a lack of awareness about the diversity of traditions and historical context of Jewish identity. So now that we have established what microaggressions look like and why they occur, we'll move on to the devastating impacts of them.
Moving on to the impacts of microaggressions. Microaggressions can significantly affect individuals hindering not only their academic performance, but also their sense of self and mental health. Often subtle and indirect, these everyday slights can profoundly impact those marginalized minority groups, whether intentional or not. Starting with the psychological impact, microaggressions can contribute to chronic stress and anxiety. The cumulative effect of repeated insults can erode self-esteem, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Over time, this constant emotional strain results in mental health issues such as depression or anxiety disorders. Individuals may internalize these microaggressions, diminishing their sense of self-worth and overall well-being. Next, the academic impact. Academically, microaggressions can be detrimental. Students who experience these slights face psychological barriers that hinder the academic performance, including difficulty concentrating, decreased motivation, and reduced engagement. The stress from dealing with microaggressions can lead to absenteeism or withdrawal from academic activities, further affecting educational outcomes. Lastly, the social impact. Socially, microaggressions can contribute to feelings of isolation and alienation. Experiencing subtle discrimination can make individuals feel unwelcome or unsupported in social and academic settings. This isolation can hinder their ability to form meaningful relationships and networks, which are crucial for personal and professional growth. Additionally, the lack of a supportive community can aggravate feelings of loneliness and further impact mental health.
This next slide is going to cover the support the University of Law offers for students. Those who face microaggressions are not alone. The University of Law offers mental health and counseling support. The Wellbeing Team, which is both on campus and online, offers support to all students during their studies. Alongside internal support, there are many support agencies which can be beneficial. The first one being allyship. Allyship is a powerful tool which encourages allies to speak up against microaggressions, and this can help challenge and change behaviors by supporting affected individuals and calling out inappropriate actions. Allyship also supports individuals experiencing microaggressions by validating their experiences, challenging harmful behaviors, and advocating for systematic change to create a more inclusive and supportive environment. The next support group is Black Minds Matter. Black Minds Matter connects Black individuals, including students, with free professional mental health services by Black therapists. They aim to make mental health support more accessible and culturally competent. They offer therapy sessions, resources, and guidance for dealing with the psychological impacts of racism and microaggressions. The next support group is Student Minds. Student Minds is the UK's student mental health charity, working to empower students to look after their mental health and support their peers. They offer peer support programs, resources on mental health, and training for university staff to better support students facing issues like microaggressions. Their campaigns often address mental health in the context of discrimination and inclusion. Lastly, the last support system is National Union of Students. The National Union of Students represents the interests of students across the UK and actively campaigns on issues such as equality, diversity, and inclusion. They provide resources, advocacy, and support for students facing discrimination, including microaggressions. The National Union of Students also conducts research and campaigns to improve university policies and practices related to these issues.
I hope this video is found to be informative. Thank you for watching.